Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another pregnancy update. If you're new here, my name is Casey and I do lifestyle, fitness, and mommy vlogs. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos whenever I post them. But today we're going to talk about me being 15 and 16 weeks pregnant. So just like in the past, we're going to talk about how the baby's doing, how my symptoms are going, and what are the biggest things that happened for this last couple of weeks. So, are you ready? I can't believe we are now talking about weeks 15 and 16 of this pregnancy. I mean, technically, as I'm sitting here, I am week 16, about to turn week 17 in about a couple days. I've just been super busy this last couple weeks that I haven't had a chance to do my weekly update for week 15, and now I'm just catching up for week 16. But anyway, here we are. That's just how life goes sometimes. But just like in the past, I want to talk about how the baby's doing, how my symptoms are going, and what are the biggest things that happened between this last couple weeks. So starting with the baby is now the size of a navel orange. Right here, according to my app, the Bump app, which is about 4.02 inches long and 2.5 ounces heavy. Baby can now move all of his limbs and his legs are growing longer than the arms. Baby's practicing the art of breathing by inhaling and exhaling the amniotic fluid. And even though the baby's eyes are shut, it can now sense light. So it can definitely sense when it's sleeping time, bedtime, because, everything's dark. But at the same time, it can also sense light. So it knows, anyway, I don't have to keep going about this, but anyway, sense of hearing is another exciting thing that's happening right now with the baby that can now hear my voice and also the sound of my heartbeat. So whenever I get the chance, I try to talk to the baby, really starting to bond with him. We still don't have a name. I mean, we still call him Ryan Jr. every now and then just because we don't know what to call him yet, but it's just a little pet name that we like to call him for now. As far as my symptoms go, at 15 weeks, I've definitely started showing even more, which is why I've decided to finally tell my work that I am expecting, because I can really no longer hide the bump. So every time I go to the office, I don't have to worry about trying to hide it anymore, because that's just why I just decided to announce it to everybody. So now everybody knows. Some good things that are happening though is I'm definitely feeling a lot of growth with my hair and my nails. So I'm definitely, enjoying that pregnancy glow that everybody talks about during the second trimester, especially this time of my pregnancy, which reminds me that it might be time for me to go visit the nail salon to get my nails done and maybe get my hair done too. So I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe sometime this weekend I'll be able to do that. Two major things that happened for this week though, week 15, was first, right when I turned week 15, the very next day, it was a Sunday, I got up because I had to take an exam for my MBA. But right after that, I don't know, I was just so uncomfortable that I had so many urges. I was feeling a lot of urges to go to the bathroom even though I'm completely empty. So I started dealing with that. And then in the end, not too long after that, I started feeling uncomfortable, which I thought, maybe I was having some UTI symptoms. So I started Googling first to just to help myself, trying to diagnose myself. And then in the end, I was like, by the 10th time that I've been going to the bathroom, I was just like not feeling so good anymore. So I decided to call the doctor. And long story short, we ended up going to the clinic to get some lab work done to give them my samples. And then we had just we had to take like all day waiting for the results for the doctor to call me back. And so you can just imagine you can just imagine how nerve-wracking that was, because at that point there was already some blood that was coming out. Sorry for the TMI, but it was just, being pregnant this far along, during my second trimester. I was just like, I have all these emotions going through my head. I was just like super nervous, and, it's something that really need to take seriously. So you can just imagine how stressful that was for both me and my husband Ryan. So it was, but at the same time, it was around 8 p.m. at night when the doctor finally called and said that everything is fine. For whatever reason, they don't really know what caused it, but at the same time, he wanted to assure me that everything is fine, the baby's doing fine in there. So, which is really what I wanted to hear. But at the same time, he gave me a prescription for an antibiotic to help heal whatever it was. So I was on that antibiotic for like a whole week. And then the other second thing, the major thing that happened during this week 15, so you can understand how my week 15 was, in spite of it being busy, there's a lot of other health complications, like mild, not so mild, I don't know how to explain it, but a lot of things happening in there too. I had my COVID vaccine, my first dose of COVID vaccine, last week. Yes, last week during my week 15, my 15 weeks. But at first I thought I was just having normal symptoms, just like as if like I get flu shots every year, and every time I get some soreness on my arms. So at first I thought it was just the same symptoms that I was showing. But then it wasn't towards the end of the day, because I ended up staying at work, and staying in the office and working all day that day. But towards the end of the day, that's when I started feeling some numbness or some pain from my waist area down. It's like my whole like left side of my body. I was like having a hard time to walk. Like I was like waddling. It was like I was having a hard time. Anyway, so I don't know if that's necessarily, I just don't know if that's necessarily a side effect of the vaccine, or if it's something that's pregnancy related. So I don't really know, but what I'm trying to say here is that that's what it did to me. Now, maybe I'm doing the COVID vaccine a disservice by saying that, it could be from that, but I don't know. So I definitely will be bringing that up to my doctor the next time I see him. And because I really want to know what's going on. I mean, obviously now I am totally fine. Like the pain, like I said, in my arm, like the swelling on my arm with the injection site, lasted for about a couple days. And then the pain in my leg area, I was gonna say, and I'm gonna say like probably lasted about the same time as well. But like I said, right now I'm completely fine, and I'm back to my normal self again. So that was week 15. It was a pretty tight week. A lot of things happened, as you can tell. And so now week 16 is pretty uneventful. Pretty uneventful compared to the previous week before that. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that, there's something wrong happening. It's just, it is what it is. I've actually started going back to work at least a couple days a week. So I've been also pretty much busy with that as well. So, but other than that, things are going really well. Like I said, it was pretty uneventful. It was Easter last weekend. So by the time I turned 16 weeks, which officially means I'm 4 months pregnant, it was Easter time. So we went to church for an in-person service for a long, since it's been so long since the last time we did that. But it was a really nice time to be able to go back and do that. So me and Ryan went to church for an in-person service, like I said. And then after that, we had brunch. We had my family over for some brunch. And then Sophie had a wonderful time doing egg hunting, Easter egg hunting. So that was really fun. So that's pretty much the highlight of our weekend, for the week 16. As far as everything else goes, the baby is now the size of an avocado, which is about 4.61 inches and 3.5 ounces. So you can definitely tell that the baby is really now speeding up in growth. And it's just really amazing. The baby's eyes and ears are now positioned where they're supposed to be, their final position. And the baby is now also developing backbone and neck muscles, which means that he can hold his head up just a little more upright. So that's really exciting. Baby's heart is already working hard, pumping 25 quarts of blood a day. So I think for a little baby, the size of an avocado, that's a lot, but that's all happening right there. And as far as my symptoms at this time, I haven't really felt any, I haven't really felt the baby kick, even though they said that by week 16, that's when you really start feeling the baby move, or not baby, like baby kicks. Right now, I have not really felt, maybe a little bit here and there, a little flutters, but it's not really a full-on movement yet. But I know eventually I will start feeling that, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. So yeah, as far as my symptoms goes, I haven't really felt anything different from the last week, other than I just keep growing outward. So yeah, so that's really all I can say about week 16. Like I said, it's pretty uneventful, but it's no news is good news sometimes, meaning everything is supposed to be going the way they should be. And then the next time I see you guys, I will be week 17, which brings us really closer to the halfway mark of 20 weeks, which is really exciting as well. I will be having an appointment here in the next couple of weeks, I believe, and then we'll be following up with an anatomy scan, so I can talk about that as well once we get to that point. So anyway, I think we can just end it right here. That is it for my week 15 and 16 update for this pregnancy with this little boy. Thank you again for being here and following on my journey. If you have any questions or have any recommendations for me, just feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And if you want to see more of these videos, I will make sure to link a playlist of all my pregnancy updates in the description box so you can follow them along. But until then, I will see you guys on my next video. Bye now!